welcome to Inter Networks. My name is Jesse Francis. In this lab, we will see how to configure all the methods of Inter VLAN routing. In the first lab, you will see the Inter VLAN routing using the two separate physical gateway here. And in the second lab, you will see the Inter VLAN routing using the router on a stick method here. And in the last lab, you will see the Inter VLAN routing using the multi-layer switch called Switch Virtual Interface SVI. So starting from the first lab, which we are going to configure using the separate physical gateway, we will use the 5 easy steps. First, we configure the IP addresses on these PCs. After that, we configure the VLANs as per the topology VLAN 10 and 20. And in the third, we assign the port into the VLANs. After that, we assign the physical interfaces in VLAN, which is connected to router. After that, we assign the IP address to that interfaces on the router. Okay. So first, we configure the IP address on these PCs. First IP 10.1.1.10 and 255.c.0, and the default gateway is 10.1.1.1. 2 IP 10.1.1.11 55.0 default gateway. Okay. PC3, the IP is 20.1.1.10 55, and the default gateway is 10.1.1.1. PC4, the IP 20.1.1.11 .0 and 20.1.1.1. So default gateway. Okay. Let's verify. Show IP. So PC2. Show IP. So PC3. Show IP. And PC4. Show IP. Let's ping from PC1 to PC4. PC1 to PC2. Ping 10.1.1.11. You can see the reply. But when we try to ping different IP, different subnet, 10.1.1.2.1.1.10, okay, you will see there is no reply because we haven't configured the Inter VLAN routing on the switch. Okay, so first we configure the VLAN 10. Name will be XYZ exit, and another VLAN is VLAN 20. The name will be ZYABC. Okay. Now we are going to assign these interfaces into the VLAN, these ports. Okay. The first interface range Ethernet 0/0 to 1, switch port mode access, and switch port access VLAN tab. Another command is 0/2 to 3, switch port mode access, and the switch port access VLAN 20. Let's verify with the command will show VLAN. You will see we have VLAN 10, 20, and the interfaces in that VLAN. Okay. Okay, now we assign these ports which is connected to our router into the respective VLAN. So interface, it connects 1/1 switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 10. Okay, and another one is interface connect 1/2 switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 20. Let's verify one more time. VLAN ports are in their respective VLANs. Now we will move on router, configure terminal interface, fastnet 0/0. The IP address will be 10.1.1.1, 55.0.0.0, and no shutdown command. Okay. Other interfaces 1/0. The IP address is 20.1.1.1, 55.0.0.0, and shutdown. That's it. Okay. Assign the default. It's this. IP 1.1. Let's show IP. You will see here we assign the default gateway 20.1.1.1 on the PC. Okay. Now let's verify PC1 can ping the 20.1.1.10. You can see the reply now. We have successfully configured the Inter VLAN routing using separate physical gateway. Let's ping from PC2. Okay, then 20.1.1.11. See the reply. And PC, you can see the reply. Now let's take ping from PC4, ping 10.1.1.10, and from PC3, ping 10.1.1.11. See? Now moving on the next level. So in order to configure the router on a stick method, Inter VLAN router, first we configure the IP addresses on these PCs, just like we configure on the first lab. So first we configure the IP address on this PC. Starting from PC6, the IP will be 10.1.1.55.0.0, and the default gateway will be 10.1.1.1, just like our previous lab. Okay, let me correct the IP address here. It should be 11, and on PC5, the IP will be 10.1.1.10, and the default gateway 10.1.1.1, and PC7 IP 20.1.1.10, and the default gateway will be 20.1.1.1. PC8, the IP 20.1.1.11, 55.0.0, and the default gateway. Okay. So let's verify the IP address. Okay, show IP 1.11 and show IP 21.10, 1.10, and show IP 1.10, show IP 1.11. Okay. So first we configure the VLAN. So first configure terminal. VLAN 10. The name will be XYZ exit, and VLAN 20 name will be ABC. Okay, now we assign the ports into the VLANs. So first interface range Ethernet 0/0 to 1. We have 2 ports here. Okay, so switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 10 exit. Another one is interface range Ethernet 0/2 3. Okay, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 20. Okay. Now let's verify. We show VLAN. You will see we have 2 VLAN 10, 20, which we have just created, and both are active, and the ports into their roles. So now we are going to configure this interface to act as a trunk. So now the interface Ethernet 1/0 switch port trunk encapsulation will be .1Q. Okay, that switch port mode trunk, and don't forget to allow the 10 dot VLAN 10 and 20. Okay, switch port trunk allowed VLAN 10 20. Okay. 10 20. Okay, let me 10 to 20. Okay. Let me see to show interface works. Let's see. The Ethernet 1/0 is a trunk, and we have allowed 10 dot VLAN 10 and 20. Okay. Now move on router 2. First configure terminal. Now we are creating the sub interfaces. The interface fastnet 0/0.10. You can see the sub interface command here. It's a sub command. Okay, encapsulation .1Q. Let's see. The VLAN ID is 10. Okay. The IP address will be the which we assign on these PCs is the default gateway 10.1.1.1 here. Okay. So 10.1.1.1 and the mask. Let me write no shutdown. Okay. So once again, we are creating another sub interface for VLAN 20, and the encapsulation .1Q, and the IP address will be 20.1.1.1. 20.1.1.1. No shutdown. Okay. So let me see, and to IP interface brief. Interface fastnet 0/0 on shutdown. Set. Okay, everything looks good. Let's try to ping from PC6 to the PC6 IP address. Let's try for PC5. Ping 10.1.1.11. Now we try to ping ping 20.1.1.11. Can see the reply. We have successfully configured the router on a stick method, the Inter VLAN routing. On PC6, we are going to ping the 10.1.1.10. Can see the reply. On the different VLAN, VLAN 20, 20.1.1.10. Okay, the reply. Let's ping from PC8, which is in the different VLAN. Okay, ping 10.1.1.10, PC7, ping 10.1.1.11. Okay, as of now, we have successfully configured another method of Inter VLAN routing. Now let's try to configure the SVI, which is Switch Virtual Interface. So, okay. So in order to configure the SVI Inter VLAN routing, this is one of my favorite method. So first we configure the IP addresses on the PC, just like we have configured in the previous slide. The IP address will be 10.10. 4.3.0 and the default gateway 10 IP 10.1.1.11 and the default gateway IP 20.1.1.10 and the default gateway 20.1.1.1. In this lab, we are going to assign the IP address on the VLAN interface. Okay. 20.1.1.11 and 20.1.1.1, the default gateway. Let's verify. Show IP. Show IP. Show IP. Show IP. Okay. Okay. So now we are going to configure first the VLAN 10. Name will be XYZ. Exit VLAN 20. The name will be ABC. Okay. First we assign the ports. Internet interface range. Internet 0/0 to 1. Switch port mode access. Switch port access. VLAN 10. Another one is interface range. Internet 0/2 3. Switch port mode access. Switch port access VLAN 20. Let's verify. We show. See, in the SVI we don't have any router to configure the routing between the VLANs. Okay, so now we are using the layer 3 switch. The most important command is IP routing. Let me write in the capital IP just to highlight. Okay. Now insert. First let me show you the ping. Ping 10.1.1.11. You will get the reply. But when we are going to try the different VLAN 20.1.1.11, you will not see any reply. On layer 3 switch, interface VLAN 10, the IP address will be 10.1.1.1. Okay, no shutdown. You will see that it's the default gateway here. Okay. Another one is interface VLAN 20. The IP address will be 20.1.1.1. Okay. No shutdown also. You see the message. The first VLAN 20 state is to up here also. Okay. Now let's try to ping. And again, you will see the reply. Okay. Now we are trying to ping from PC10. PC11. PC12. This is how you can configure the SVI. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like, give a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video.